This video, I'm going to share how two women, Gabby and Rebecca, use our hybrid nutrition system to get into the shape of their life. And in my opinion, of working with over 1,200 clients, seeing every type of woman come through our program and really understanding what makes a woman who wants to transform within a normal lifestyle, social events, family commitments, career, what makes them tick nutritionally. This is the best strategy I have ever come across. All right. So alongside this training, you're also going to get 3 additional free trainings if you stick around to the end. The first one is going to be our MHE30 method, showing you how to control your metabolism, hormones, and energy if you're above the age of 30. Next one is going to be our completely free calorie calculator quiz, where it's not only going to give you your calories and macros worked out for you, but it's also going to show you a personalized video based on your answers with the 3 biggest mistakes you're making right now with your weight loss journey. And lastly is going to be our glute growth guide. All right. So meet Gabby. So Gabby's 38 years old. She joined us very time poor. So she had 2 kids, husband, family, busy business, and was just pulled from pillar to post. She found her metabolism slowing her down. She would almost crash diet to the point where her body was in a catabolic state. She was losing a little bit of body fat, but losing a lot of muscle tissue. So her metabolism slowed down. She hit the inevitable plateau and just couldn't realize why she was making no progress. And she wasn't knowing how to control her hectic social life. So most weekends she'll be out with some friends, or her and her husband will be on double dates, and they'll like to just go out and enjoy the weekend after working so hard in the week. And she found herself in this vicious cycle of never seeing progress. But this is Gabby now, ripped, toned, defined, abs, feeling on top of the world. But on top of what you can even see in this photo, her business was thriving. She was a role model mother. She was an amazing wife. You know, what she noticed as well is she bought her dream home that was on her vision board prior to joining. Because she got in such amazing shape, had super high productivity, focus, and energy, her business started to thrive even more. So in career, she progressed, had a higher income, bought her dream home, right? So there's always that knock-on effect. And then we have Rebecca, who's 33, who went from working with multiple PTs and coaches. So she was, I think she worked with about 5 or 6 PTs and coaches and saw nothing. No transformation. She got demotivated, spending her money on takeaways and wine on the weekend. And she was busy socially, and she just felt so low in motivation because nothing was working for her. This is Rebecca now. This was in 17 weeks that she was able to strip the body fat, bring her waist in, get a bit of a curvy hourglass physique, feel toned and defined, and feel super, super confident. And in a video testimonial that she left for us, she says she now has the tools to keep her transformation for life. And the sustainability element is the most important part. So these are just 2 examples of 1,200 plus clients who implemented our hybrid nutrition system. And I'm going to run you through how you can do the exact same thing, just like Brooke, Imogen, Jess, Elise, Emma, Chloe, and Meg you see on the screen. So a little bit about myself. I've been featured in Forbes and Apple News through these systems that I'm sharing with you and how they've transformed over 1,200 members. So I was approached to kind of talk a little bit about how we do it. I'm a family man and a dog dad. I have a Chow Chow and a Springer Door, which Chow Chow is very lazy. The Springer Door keeps me on my toes, but the Chow Chow just kind of sits there all day. So one's super, super hectic and one's super, super laid back. I used to play football at professional level, and then I decided to go all in on smart bowling performance because it was a bigger passion for me. And I still play now, but just as a hobby and as a bit of fun and downtime. And I'm an international fitness speaker. So I've spoken in places like Nashville, Tennessee, Dubai in the UAE, Portugal, London, just to share our methods with transforming clients worldwide. All right. So that's a little bit about me. So if you are watching this and you're in your 30s, 40s, or even your 50s, you're going to learn how to create a women's specific weight loss plan, diet plan specifically, to optimize your metabolism whilst enjoying social events. And this is client Charlie on the right and client Yvette. So first, get a notepad and pen. This is so, so, so important. If you don't have a notepad and pen, I promise you it will go in one ear and out the other. The problem with women transformation for the most part isn't information, it's implementation. So if you have a notepad and you have a pen, this will be so valuable. So make sure you're taking notes. It's huge. And I'll tell you key points to write down as well. Then number 2, and this one's more of a self-reflection kind of question. I want you to sit back and think, how good would it feel when you can finally look in the mirror and say, I can't believe I get to keep this. You build your dream body. I can't believe this is me, and I can't believe I get to keep this. On your notepad, write down 1 to 10 at the top. And that's going to remind you of the importance of this transformation journey for you. And it's just going to keep your attention super dialed in on what I have to say, because it will completely change the game with your transformation. So welcome to the Hybrid Nutrition System. This is Amber and Ellie. So this is specifically for women who want to walk into a room oozing confidence. They no longer want to hide in photos. And, this is just where we coach so many women. This is what women come to us and say, right? They feel like they're hiding in photos. They're either at the back of the photo, position themselves in a way where their body's not shown in on the photo, or they're the one going, I'll take it. I'll take the photo for everyone, so you don't feel like you have to be in it. And right now, it seems like it's not an issue, but in future life, you look back and you have less memories, less photos on family holidays or out with friends to look back on. And I don't want that to happen for you too. Then the next one is wanting to stop staring at a wardrobe full of old clothes. Looking at a wardrobe and I would love to wear this dress again, but it's not flattering. It has lumps and bumps I'm personally not comfortable with, right? And you're ready to put yourself first for once. The likelihood, if you're watching this, is you've been at the bottom of your priority list for too long. Kids, career, family, friends, social lives, etc. You've put your health and fitness at the bottom. And that's the same for most women that work with us. But transparently, if that is you, this is going to be a great training for you. But if you are totally fine with feeling soft, lethargic, and unhappy, I do recommend you click off here. All right. So first things first, how do you work out your calories? Now you're going to take your body weight in pounds times 9 to 11. The reason it's 9 to 11, not specifically 9 or specifically 11, is if you want to go quite fast, what we would call quote unquote a body sprint. If you want to sprint results as fast as possible, you'll times it by 9, right? So that'll give you the lower end of your calorie target. And if you want a bit more of a sustainable route, and if let's say, for instance, you've got a lot more weight to lose, and you need to be in a deficit, so a fat loss phase for a longer period of time, better to times it by 10 or 11, right? Because if you're going to be in there for a prolonged period of time, you don't want your calories too low, because number one, it's going to ruin energy. Number two, it'll slowly start to slow down our metabolism and make that plateau inevitable. Because one of the most important things on the transformation journey is understanding it's a staircase, right? Not a straight line. And what I mean by that is you're going to have to make methodical changes across your transformation journeys to things like your macronutrient targets. So if you go straight to 9, you don't have as much places to move, which is why I would usually recommend 10 or 11. And then when you drop your calories methodically throughout your journey, when you hit an inevitable plateau, you can go down towards timesing it by 9. All right. And then you're going to take your macronutrients. So for perspective on this, by the way, if I'm 180 pounds and I times it by 10, 1800 calories, right? And then your macronutrients. So you're going to take on average 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight in protein. So you can simply get a calculator. You might again weigh 180 pounds as an example, and you might just do 1 times 180 grams protein, right? Or you could do 0.8 times 180, which is maybe 150, 160 grams more or less. Then you can take fat, 0.4 times 1 pound in body weight for every 1 pound of body weight. So you do 180 times 0.4, which might be about 72 or so. And then you're going to fill the remainder of your calories with carbohydrates. All right. So I'm going to run you through now the hybrid nutrition system, what it is and how it works. We also kind of have a saying, it's almost like macro manipulation. So the way this system works is, let's say you have a social event on Saturday. You say to us coaches, us training and nutrition experts, you go, okay, so me and the girls, we're going out on Saturday. It's my friend's Hindu. It's her birthday. It's her wedding. Insert event. It's your cat's birthday, whatever it is, right? Then we'll go, okay, let's manipulate your calories during the week. So instead of focusing on your 1800 calories you're having Monday to Friday, we're now going to adjust this and we're going to go to, let's pluck a number out of the sky, 1650, right? So you're going to save 150 calories every day. We're then going to increase your steps by 500 a day, which is going to be 2,500 extra by the end of the week or by Friday. And we're going to add 10 minutes bike to the end of your workouts, right? Just as a little bit of additional cardio. You might then go into that social event on a Saturday with an additional 1,500 calories, right? Again, just plucking some numbers out here. So if you've got an extra 1,500 calories, you have the opportunity to now go and enjoy yourself with the extra 1,500 calories plus whatever you have for that day and just go wild with it, right? And across the week, on average, you're in the same amount of calories as if you just didn't go to the social event at all and you kept calories the same, right? So this way you get the best of both worlds. But you can also manipulate this based on high endurance days. You got a big leg day you really want to pump up for, right? Let's take 50 calories off every day and add that to one day where you can have more carbs and boost your performance, right? So you're just moving your calories and your macronutrients based on social events. So when you go to the social event, you have more to play with. It's getting really hot. So you have more to play with. So when you have more to play with, you can then go and enjoy yourself, but overall still lose the same amount of weight as you would have if you didn't even go, right? And some people are going to say, oh, if you're on a weight loss journey, you shouldn't drink alcohol or you shouldn't have meals out. And I totally disagree, because there's such thing of things that are great in theory and things that are great practically, right? In theory, never having fun and never drinking and never going out is great, right? But in 3 weeks' time, when you go, oh, this is so fucking boring, I don't want to do this anymore, that unsustainable route, and I see women do this all the time, they yo-yo in and out, and they've been doing this for 5-10 plus years. So this approach allows you to keep doing the things that you love, which means it's sustainable, which means you can stay consistent for long enough to see the transformation, and that's really key. Now, there's only one thing you need to consider, right? That's that the influencers are lying to you. You've probably seen everything under the sun. You're overwhelmed. You're seeing so much conflicting information. One person's telling you do this. One person's telling you do that. And you're thinking, everyone is saying something different. What the hell do I do? Right? And you're probably thinking, Reese, this sounds great, but you're also one of the guys telling me to try something I haven't heard of before. Right? And it's easy for me to say, harder for you to understand or listen to and agree with and hear and I suppose actually trust at the beginning, right? But I would always say, when you're looking for sources of information, look at the results that person's provided. So we have over 1,200 transformations, over 200 video testimonials, only have 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. We have nothing less than 5-star reviews. So that's something I would take into consideration. But if you've ever heard any of the influencers say carbs make you fat, it's bullshit, because the reason people are scared of carbs and they think it makes you gain fat is because when you have carbohydrates, you store water in the body. More specifically, every 1 gram of carbohydrates, you store 3 to 4 grams of water, right? So you increase your water weight, which makes you think, oh my God, I've gained weight, right? When in actual fact, you've just gained water weight, not body fat. And fat and water are completely different things. Weights make you bulky. This is a common one. So the weights will give women lean, tone, and defined physiques, right? The curvy kind of petite physiques you are after will be built with resistance training, right? As opposed to almost just having one stick figure. And if that's your goal, no problem. But if you would like, most women that come to us, they want to have a bit of shape, a bit of curves. And that's going to come from resistance training. And when you get to the point where you look in the mirror and go, damn, I'm happy. Like, this is where I want to be. Reverse out of this phase and we can go into maintenance of resistance phase, so you don't go to the point where you get bulky. The next one, cardio equals weight loss. Only 5 to 10% of your results will come from the gym. The other 90+% will come from outside the gym, when you're looking at your metabolism, your activity, your nutrition, etc., right? Your sleep, stress, hormones, etc. So when we're looking at cardio, people think it's the best thing for burning calories because they get a good sweat on. But you don't lose fat through sweat. You lose it through urine and breath, so carbon dioxide. So when we're looking at the best style of training for weight loss, it's actually resistance, because the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism, which means you burn more calories at rest. So more specifically, for every 1 pound, without boring with the science, for every 1 pound of muscle we have, we burn 6 calories a day. For every 1 pound of fat we have, we burn 2, which means if we do cardio all the time, you're only going to have little muscle tissue, which you have no shapes and curves, and your metabolism will be slower, right? So just a consideration. This is a fun one. Sin-free foods, very popular in the fad diet culture. Sin-free foods is foods that you can eat as much of as you like, but it does not go with science. One of my favorite ones is, I can't remember which way around it is, but if you have a banana, it's not a sin. But if you have a mashed banana, it is a sin. Maybe it's the other way around. But when you eat a banana, you mash it, when you chew it, but it makes no sense, right? It don't match science. If I had 150 apples a day, I'd probably gain some damn weight, right? Because the calorie content and energy balance is what helps us lose fat, not if they have sins or not. Then we've got just kind of breaking that down to weight loss for dummies, right? It's calories in versus calories out. So if you're consuming this many calories and you're burning this much, the gap in between is weight loss. If you want to burn fat faster, increase your protein so you burn more calories through digestion, and you reduce your appetite so you don't eat as much, increase your steps, add an extra day of resistance training, and maybe lower your food slightly. That gap's bigger, you lose weight faster, right? So it's just a game of energy balance. And this isn't a theory. It isn't a thought. This is science. This is proven in the labs, right? Like, this isn't just something we're plucking out to sell shit in a can. This is science, okay? This is the only way we lose body fat. But everything we've gone through is great. But here's the only small kicker. It's highly unlikely that this will work for you like it did for our clients, like Paula and Jess you see on the screen just here. So, which is why, number one, if you stick around to the end, you'll get the additional free resources, because I'm teaching you how to obviously make nutrition fail-proof. But then you have so many other elements. You have your metabolism hormones, you have your energy, you have your resistance training. So the other three elements here, the other three trainings will help you implement those to look even better than you did in your early 20s. But I want to ask a harsh question that I don't think many other people will. Where would you be in 5 years' time if you did not make the change? Where would you be in 5 years' time if you didn't make change? Because if you're not held accountable with consistent course correction and feedback along the way, you're going to be hitting those roadblocks. But if you do want to have the constant feedback in and course correction along the way, you'll finally be able to avoid hiding in photos or wearing baggy clothes in the summer or being at risk of the big five. If we have too much visible fat around the vital organs and we're leading a super unhealthy lifestyle, the big five is the health issues that most people run into. Cancer, heart disease, diabetes, stroke, or Alzheimer's. They're the popular risks of which most people are at if they lead a super unhealthy lifestyle. So not only is this so important so you can look in the mirror and go, damn, I look good. Damn, I feel proud. I go to the social events. I make memories. I get in photos. But also so you can live longer. You can live pain-free. You can have a high quality of life. These are all overlooked elements as well. And almost everyone I know who have seen lasting change, not just change, lasting change, sustainable change, change that actually makes a dent in their lifestyle, has had an experienced professional in their corner. So look, you're obviously welcome to take everything I've taught so far and implement it to the best of your ability. And I truly, truly hope it helps you transform your body, mind, and life. But the reality for women over 30 is it's not just the case, and nor was it for my own mum, who's the reason I started Smart Body Performance. I grew up watching my mum struggle with fad diets, the Slimming Worlds, the Herbalifes, the Juice Pluses, the Weight Watchers. She done them all. And I watched her jump on the scales, really, really disappointed and upset, and it would ruin her day, right? Because she was so desperate and she would work so damn hard. She would do her couch to 5Ks and she would be juicing up all of her foods and she would work her socks off and never see the results. And watching this day in, day out broke my heart, right? So I wanted to create a program that would help my mom. But the first ever thing I done when I became a coach was I just wanted a program that would help my mom not run into these brick walls that she was running into with these fad diets and bullshit companies that were having slick marketing tactics to get you to buy their shit, right? I needed a solution that will actually help her transform. And because I found that, and she now has the spring in her step, she feels amazing, she's healthy, she's confident. I know there's women like my mom out there who also need the same support. And when my mom was struggling, it wasn't a case where she can just watch a video, and she needed more specifics, more personalization, because it's more of an implementation thing that she needed too. The accountability, someone in her corner holding her to a higher standard, picking her up on the days of self-doubt, right? Because we're only human. So here's the opportunity that I know she wished she had over 10 years ago. And whenever I do anything, I go, Mom, 10 years ago, is this something you felt like you would have needed? She's like, this is exactly what I felt like I would have needed. So this is the kind of invitation or the opportunity I want to offer that would have saved her loads of money, time, and energy. Time's a big one. Over 10 to 15 years of no progress is a long freaking time, right? So this is your invitation. My team and I will show you step by step how to optimize your metabolism, hormones, and energy to build your dream body and life. So you can get toned for life on your terms, which is the most important part. And the best part of this is Gabby on the right, obviously the one you saw at the beginning. The best part of this is you will get bikini body toned or you do not pay. Go to your local trainer and say, is my results guaranteed? Go to Weight Watchers, say, is my results guaranteed? Or go to your online coach. Is my results guaranteed? They're probably not, right? But we guarantee they are, or you'll get your entire investment back. That's how confident we are in our systems to help you transform. That's why we've got over 1,200 client transformations, over 200 video testimonials, and only 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, because we've worked with so many women that we've built systems that understand exactly what's going to help them transform, which is why we can give such crazy guarantees, right? But, you know, giving guarantees like this is so you can finally see lasting change, like the 1,200 plus members you see before you. On here, we obviously have Tabby top left, Alice, Amy, Mel, who's mid-menopause over 50, Tara, Amber, Elise, and Becky. Becky's another one who spent over 15 years, over $10,000, nutritionists, coaches, personal trainers, fad diets, gimmicks, and saw nothing. She's actually a part of our MHE30 training that you'll have access to with this video. All right. So looking at this is going to be your story now. You know, just like Gabby, just like Rebecca, their transformation journey stories can also be yours. So our methods will work for you if you refuse to take part in another fad diet. You refuse to transform with just shakes and pills. You're coachable and committed. You do not expect to transform eating out of Tupperware 7 days a week, right? Soggy chicken, broccoli, and rice on a Friday that you almost squirm in trying to eat. And you're motivated, over 30, and ready to become a success story. That's how we're going to help you transform, right? So what I'm about to ask you will challenge you. You know, it will force you to step outside your comfort zone. I'm always transparent. We like to make you work hard within your comfortability, but not too far within comfortability that you plateau, right? So we're going to push you outside that comfort zone, and it's not going to be a walk in the park. But for the first time, you'll have a crystal clear path to finally achieving your dream, which starts with the body and mind, right? But obviously, you know, because we deliver such high touch coaching, we only select a handful of people that apply, but it's also because of our risky guarantee, right? We know that only certain women can transform with our program. If you're not open to trying something new, if you're not open to being coached, if you're not committed, if you're not motivated, if you're not really willing to trust and buy into a program that's going to make sure you transform, we can't guarantee the results, so we won't accept your application because it's only going to give us a headache down the line. We only accept women that we know we can guarantee the transformation with. So if you don't connect with our methods from this slide just here, don't apply. I would just hate to waste your time, right? Because we don't need clients, we want success stories. So if you're willing to commit, work hard, and sustain your brand new body for life, we'll match it. We'll be your biggest advocates and cheerleaders, and we'll provide you a roadmap necessary to taking back control of your body, health, and confidence. Not just with our training nutrition experts and our psychologists in the program, but also our inner circle group of really supportive women where we share wins and recipes, and we do little competitions, and we do group calls, and we just really come together as a community and raise each other's standards, like Gemma, Georgia, Lois, and Lauren you see on the screen. So if you're ready to finally say enough is enough, take back control, and finally work on you, hit the link in the description that says about one-to-one coaching with SBP. It'll direct you to an 8-minute video breaking down specifically how the program works. There's no, you know, opt-in or like anything that's going to make you go, okay, if I click this link, I've got to jump on a call. It's no pressure. Like, watch an 8-minute video, break down how we work. If you like what you see, great. You can book in a one-to-one call with myself to run you through more specifics of your goal. If you don't, you can click off, no hard feelings, right? This is all free. So feel free to click the link in the description and just show you how the program works. And then if you like what you see, you're more than welcome thereafter to go and apply for the program. I would always recommend watching that video first because I like people to do their research on any program prior to joining. So that will show you just a little bit more about what we're about, how we get the results we do, and a couple of women examples that we've worked with. And of course, if you've made it this far, you're more than welcome to download these. If you just comment under here with whichever resource, either MHE, quiz, or glutes, and I'll send over all of them, of course. I'll just send you over the relevant one. But I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you guys next time.